Kotlin interview questions and answers. Beginner means advanced. Introduction. Kotlin is a modern statically typed programming language developed by JetBrains and officially supported by Google for Android development. Kotlin is widely used for Android development, backend development, Spring Boot applications, cross-platform development, server-side applications. Kotlin provides concise syntax, null safety, interoperability with Java, functional programming features, coroutine support. 1 to 20. Kotlin Basics. What is Kotlin? Kotlin is a statically typed modern programming language running on JVM. Who developed Kotlin? JetBrains. Why use Kotlin? Concise syntax, null safety, Java interoperability, coroutine support. Kotlin versus Java? Kotlin is more concise and safer with null handling. What platforms support Kotlin? JVM, JAndroid, JavaScript, JVM, native basic Kotlin program, fun name, println, hello Kotlin. What is variable in Kotlin? Named storage location. Val versus var. Val is immutable. Var is mutable. Variable example. Val name equals Kotlin. Var age equals 10. What is type inference? Compiler automatically determines data type. Common Kotlin data types. Int, string, boolean, double. Println, hello $name. What is function in Kotlin? Fun add a int, b int, return a plus b. Single expression function example, fun square x int equals x times x. What is default argument? Function parameter with default value. Default argument example, fun greet name string equals guest. What is named argument? Passing arguments using parameter names. Named argument example, greet name equals John. What is unit in Kotlin? Equivalent of void in Java. What is any type? Root class of all Kotlin classes. 21 to 40, null safety and OOP. What is null safety in Kotlin? Prevents null pointer exceptions at compile time. Nullable variable example, var name string capital equals null. What is safe call operator? Name capital length. Val len equals name.length. 0. What is non-null assertion operator? Name, why avoid double operator? Can cause null pointer exception. What is class in Kotlin? Class, user. Class, user. Val name string. What is primary constructor? Constructor defined in class header. What is secondary constructor? Additional constructor inside class body. Initialization block executed during object creation. Init example, init, println, created. What is inheritance in Kotlin? Acquiring parent class properties. Why are Kotlin classes final by default? Prevent unintended inheritance. Open class example, open class animal. What is overriding? Override fun sound. What is interface in Kotlin? Contract defining behavior. Interface example, interface shape. What is abstract class? Class that cannot be instantiated. What is polymorphism? Multiple forms of same behavior. 41 to 70. Collections, functional programming, and coroutines. What is data class? Class automatically generating utility methods. Data class example, data class user, val name string. Benefits of data classes. Equals, hashcode, toString, copy. What is object keyword? Creates singleton object. Singleton example, object config. What is companion object? Static-like members inside class. What is collection in Kotlin? Group of objects. ColList, colMap, colSet. Immutable list example, val nums equals list of 1, 2, 3. Mutable list example, val nums equals mutable list of 1, 2, 3. What is lambda expression? Val sum equals a int, b int, a plus. What is higher order function? Function accepting another function. Common collection operations? Map, filter, reduce. For each map example, nums.map -2. Filter example, nums.filter is -5. Adding functions to existing classes. Extension function example, fun string.greet equals hello $this. What is sealed class? Restricted class hierarchy. What is enum class? Defines fixed constants. Enum example, enum class status, active, inactive. What is coroutine in Kotlin? Lightweight, asynchronous task. Why use coroutines? Currently, non-blocking, lightweight, async programming. Coroutine example, launch, println, async. What is suspend function? Suspend fun, fetch. What is dispatcher's I/O? Coroutine dispatcher for I/O tasks. What is dispatcher's default? Dispatcher for CPU-intensive tasks. What is async coroutine builder? Returns deferred result. Async example, async 10 plus 20. What is flow in Kotlin? Asynchronous data stream. What is structured concurrency? Managing coroutine lifecycles safely. 71 to 100. Android, Spring Boot, and Advanced Kotlin. Why is Kotlin popular for Android? Concise syntax, null safety, official Google support. What is Android Jetpack? Android Development Libraries Collection. What is View Model in Android? Stores UI-related data. Observable lifecycle-aware data holder. What is Jetpack Compose? Modern declarative UI toolkit. Compose example, text, hello. What is Ktor? Kotlin framework for backend development. What is Kotlin interoperability with Java? Kotlin and Java work together seamlessly. What is @JVM static? Exposes Kotlin method as Java's static method. Reduces overhead of higher order functions. What is reified type? Access generic type at runtime. What is delegated property? Delegating getter-setter logic. Lazy property example. Val name by lazy, Kotlin. What is latenate? Delayed initialization for non-null variables. Latenate example. Latenate var service. User service. Domain-specific language using Kotlin syntax. What is Kotlin multi-platform? Sharing code across platforms. Common Kotlin interview topics. Null safety. Coroutines, collections, OOP. Android development. Common Kotlin problems. Coroutine misuse. Memory leaks. Null handling issues. Best practices in Kotlin. C. Prefer val over var. Use null safety properly. Use data classes. Leverage extension functions. What is dependency injection in Kotlin? Providing dependencies externally. Common DI frameworks in Kotlin. Coin, Dagger, Hilt. What is testing in Kotlin? Verifying application behavior. Common Kotlin testing tools. K, JUnit, Mockito, Mach-K. What is serialization in Kotlin? Converting objects into transferable format. What is Kotlin serialization? Kotlin serialization library. How to become strong in Kotlin. Build Android apps. Practice coroutines. Learn functional programming. Understand JVM concepts. Biggest Kotlin interview concept? Null safety and coroutine-based asynchronous programming. Key Kotlin interview focus. Coroutines, collections, OOP, Android, and null safety. Why is Kotlin popular? Concise syntax, safety features, and modern JVM capabilities. Final summary. Kotlin interviews focus on curl safety, coroutines, collections and lambdas, object-oriented programming, Android development, functional programming, interoperability with Java, and asynchronous programming. Key idea. Strong Kotlin developers understand safe modern programming, concurrency with coroutines, and scalable application architecture.